slightly bent, knees out, and that puts your back straight. You've got your weight dead center over the bike, and that kind of does that for the first part, I guess.
Good job, Tim. Thought he was going to put a foot down on it.
Look at Nick. That's a lot more controlled that way. when you're at the bottom, you explode, and it's basically a box jump. So,
Did you incorporate clutch at all?
yes. So, unload, load, squat. When you're here, this is when you've got all the power in the world on the bike because you can push into that suspension. You use it to your advantage. You push, and right when you jump, you give it just a smidge of gas and let the clutch just ever so slightly give it a little more aggressive pump, which will then immediately translate into forward upward motion. So all it is, I like doing cleans at the gym because it's a perfect practice for a zap, double blip, for a stuff, for a splatter. Got the bar, and you jump. Same with the handlebars, they're just a little further away. Handlebars, and you jump. That's all it is. So in, compress, up. Forward comes from the bike. So the progression of how this starts on this if you do it wrong, which in this case will work because it's small. The bigger the obstacle gets, the technique's identical. Completely the same, even on that wall. Identical technique. Just more effort.
Jeez.
The wall's not tall enough,
First and
Scott.
last time that's ever done here, I think.
Intentionally.
It's the identical technique here as there, just significantly more effort. If you can do this, in theory you can do that.
Imagine there is no spoon.
What I usually recommend to people, and I like wood because it's soft compared to concrete or rock, breaks a whole lot less parts. And when we get to rock, all it is dirt. Just compressed dirt. Always imagine it being dirt. People mess up rocks not because they can't ride them, because they're scared of them. Just a little too low. Go right in between the two and you'll be right on. Good. Now the unload was good. Just bike though, so you're helping the bike. That's the point of it. Good guy. Pull back. Going down. Front back. Right back. So pull back on the bike up. You don't want to do one of these. You want to do one of these. Ultimately, you want to land on there as soft as possible, because the softer you are, the less feedback you're going to get from the pan, the less likely you are to take a dab. And the hardest part is to get the bike going again when it's parked. So the easiest thing to do is get it forward as far as possible. So now my back tire's touching. But if I do that, obviously I stop. Or let go of the clutch, I'm just going to spin. So when you're here, no front brake. Let go of the front brake. And you move your weight back and forward. But at the same time, your body movement will push the bike forward and compress the front suspension. And the drive from the rear tire will drive the tire over it. So a lot of people can get up on the log and can't get back off of it. Getting back off the log is where you save all your trouble. Park the bike on there just ever so slight, pop a small wheelie, touch the front tire, and then you just kind of wheelie forward until the skid plate hits. And you kind of just shimmy forward until you're all the way forward and it won't go forward. You pause, take a breather, look where you're going. You come back with your weight, and then forward and clutch at the same time, and that brings the bike clean and over. Yep, now shimmy forward. Yep, move it. There you go. Perfect. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, shimmy it forward. Keep leaning back until you're on top. So keep weight on the back tire. There you go. Now go forward. Maybe we need to play a game. Keep the weight on the back. There it is.
I think that would be fun.
That's a solid save. And now you take your weight from the back and move it forward. Kind of hard. A little bit, but that's fine. Keep the weight on the back tire and drive it up. Yep, now forward. Yep. There you go. There we go. A little more aggressive. There it is. Woo. A little softer in the
I might need to order a new skid plate.
Keep the weight on the back tire because you still got drive. There it is. A little more. Down forward. Yep. Forward. There you go. Now aggressive. Nice. Keep it
That's what I wanted
better.
right there.
Much better.
That
Keep it
felt
up
better,
just
that's
a
for
little
sure.
more and slow. And then it just sets down on there. Ever so slight, just kind of wheelie. Basically, your body, you can pop a wheelie into the whole thing and park it right like that. Nice. That's perfect. A little more body, just a little more aggressive. touching, everything's good. And now I'm gonna do the toe dab that, according to the rules, is a point, but it's only a point if the observer sees it. So.
Okay.
So I use both of my feet, and I never even have to let the clutch out to get the bike up over the edge. And then I use my hips. That's why we use big bar pads. Use my hips in the bars.
Right.
Oh, by the way, when at the last trial, when you had your both feet off the side of the bike but 1 foot on, I did score it right, didn't I?
No.
I went in the rules. It's a 1.
Both of my feet were on the ground.
Oh, I didn't see that. So that's why your brother said right away, hey, did you keep your foot on the peg? Because I heard him say that.
If I would have done this, it's a 1.
Right.
And that's
I didn't see your foot
That's
go
what
down.
you saw.
That's
But
what I saw, yeah.
I went off, and then I did one of these. So I was off one, and then before this foot touched the ground, I had this foot back on the bike. But in theory, there was a point where both feet were not on the ground at the same time, but they were off the bike on the same side of the bike.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. That's the
Pros are sneaky.
do that.
I did this for hours when I had a broken foot. I had a cast on this leg, it was hanging off the side of the bike, and I stood in my garage. That's all I could do. That was the only time I felt happy, because for 10 weeks I couldn't even carry a glass of water to the frickin' couch.
And it's always with your wheels turned, never straight up and down. When you
Once
practice.
you're comfortable with your wheels turned, turn the wheel straight, but you'll notice real quick, it is a lot harder to do this than it is to do that.
Are you going full lock? Is it full lock easier?
Yes, and
Full
keep
lock
your
is
front
easy.
brake on.
You keep the rear brake on or no? Depends.
I do,
You didn't.
but when the motor's on, I don't. But right now I've got my rear brake on, my front brake on, because then you've got no movement. If you leave all that off, you see everything's moving back and forth. It makes it a lot harder. So front brake on, rear brake on, easy. Then you can start working on your balance drills with one hand on the bar, because that will force you to put your weight on the feet. Left hand, right hand. When you got that, you can do both hands. I did this for hours.
Hours at a time, or like 5 or 10 minutes at a time?
Sometimes I'd stand out there for an hour in a day. Sometimes it was 15 minutes every day for weeks.
No, I mean your actual balance without touching the ground.
I'd try to go as long as I could.
Yeah.
And then just try different things, and then obviously if it's raining or something's broken, the bike doesn't run, you can still set it on the ground and balance. It doesn't even need to be on.
Engine running, engine off, doesn't matter.
Try both. It's harder with the engine off,
Yeah.
but if you can balance with the engine off, you can balance with the
Right.
engine off. Yeah. But you can do it with the motor too. Let's say you got to turn. Clutch, 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 clutch. Every time you pick up, you're picking up with the motor. And all snapping the knees. You're pushing on the back tire, pulling on the fork. Squat down more and use your knees. Squat down more and put those knees out. Yes, weight on the outside. Light went on.
So you're telling me to squat down?
That's that bungee stick I was talking about.
better not be on.
Of course not.
I do this when you guys aren't there. Yeah, I don't want you guys to do that.
So Alex, does the Thunder Road Trials Training Center Force Design meet with your
You'd be surprised. I can have fun on a little dirt hill. Any day on the bike is a good day.
You're wheeling, when right when your front touches, you're pushing in like this and jumping. But when you get to here, the jump's not enough anymore, so you need to explode with that throttle and clutch. And that gets you up. But from right here, it's the same movement as doing a stationary, which is a stuff.
Right.
The same movement, just less momentum.
It's like the little bit I was working on it, it felt like on a smaller obstacle or something you didn't have to get a lot of lift out of. You could sort of do it slower, and it almost feels a lot faster. If it's, say, like this log, you can't just ride over that. You have to get your wheel up on it.
Correct.
So it almost felt like I was having to, sort of jump into it
So
and be
the skid pan technique works on this too.
right.
Now, the same thing is, so you wheelie in, and right when all of that motion compresses into the springs, that's when you push with your legs down, and then you jump up, and as you're coming up, that's when the explosion happens with the motor to get everything forward.
But you don't find yourself having to jump and jump kind
No.
of thing. You're wheeling and then
Yeah.
loading into it.
So when you were here just resting,
Uh-huh.
right before you started to rest and talk to us, you would have, at that moment you were here,
Yeah.
you would have used your legs and that compression to
Correct.
go like that.
Just a lot less momentum, so the movement is more aggressive.
Hey Joe, this is the one you want to film.
Oh yeah. Nope. Exit.
That's good blood there, yeah?
That is short.
That's what she said. Barely on.
initially to initiate, and after that you're standing on the outside to control.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it kind of combines the double blip and the turn. So you got the initial lift, compression, and then when you go, you pull to whatever side you want to go to.
Okay.
When you say pull, physically pull the ball?
Pull on the bars.
Okay.
Keep your weight back though.
Okay.
That's the start of it. There you go. 4 geese. Nice. tire doesn't even touch the second log, and you're not rolling over it, or you're not doing the zap because you don't need to because it's not big enough. But if you were to turn, you get pinched in the end.
Right, right.
If you go with the floater off that, carry across, way easier. And you can train this in both directions. You come around here to do that, or you go around this to do this side. Let's do that. So it's the floater that we were just doing, but you just got to carry your front tire over that log.
So we're going to come in this way.
Yep.
Okay.
And turn left.
And then
Like that.
Something like that?
Exactly like that. little slower and then more explosive. At the right line.
Y'all are glancing it and it's sliding down into that corner. I don't know how to describe that.
I'm not coming around far enough. I know what it is.
So the more you pull off
Pull
that
harder?
log, and
I
all
guess.
it is an ever so slight burst of clutch in the same time you pull with your body, that brings the bike right around.
It's a commitment.
Yes. Fortunately, it's flat ground though, so there's no consequence.
Not allowed to get hurt.
Time you'll ever use the inside peg is just to get the bike to rotate. Once the bike's rotated, you're back on the outside to straighten it. And use that front tire impact with the fork rebound to push you around. The harder you can hit the front, the further you'll go around the turn.
Yeah, I know. I've done it.
Okay. So that's the double blip we were working on over there. So up and up. So zap and zap. Down. Down. Into this box here. You got a turn. It's the turns we're working on. Getting our legs right and not pushing the front on the slick lead.
Better than that.
And then the floater at the end. So that's all the techniques we've worked on all day, all put into one. For a second.
I missed the start.
You gotta go through the shit pile here. Oh, through the junkyard?
Weight back, weight back.
I helped you out.
Scott, move your feet further forward. Your feet?
Forward?
Yeah.
Alright.
You're standing on the balls
Yeah,
instead of the arch.
Okay.
So it's easier to control the forward, backward movement of your ankles.
Okay.
If you stand a little
That's
further
gonna be a tough
forward.
one because that's a lot of years. Okay. So right on the ball of my foot, or the arch.
Arch.
Alright. Got this, buddy.
Yeah?
Don't touch it!
Go your legs.
There you go.
Alright,
Nice.
Sam. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. He's almost able to keep like the lowest wheelie ever to keep that front tire.
One of those where this is the time we've got to get set. We got a lot of run out here, so this is not
You got this, Tim. Don't overthink it.
There we go.
Nice. Nice, Tim.
I'll go back.
watched him do it, he had just a slight loft and he just goes over everything. You got it. You got it. Come on, Mom Spaghetti. Gotta get that front wire right there.
Yeah,
That's the key.
deep in that corner.
Right there. They have to hit them. They gotta put their power on lock in the dirt right there in the water.
Use it all, use it all, use it all. Right? Yep. One more.
Someone's about to get roosted.
Chris, grab me that shovel. What's that?
Knock off, Dave. Use it all. Alright.
got
I
this.
got a one.
You got this.
Question for you, Scott.
Can you do a stoppie coming off of that? Get the wind around?
How about a floater off of this concrete covering? Would that get it around? I mean,
Or a
we're having
stoppie
so much trouble with that.
rear end?
You can do a stoppie and move the rear. You can use a floater.
Well, a stoppie's not in our
wanted to do it
toolbox.
in a turn is because it's a downhill, so you got to be really confident that you can pull your wheelie up and hold it in there and float. And if you don't, the front's just going to tuck and roll. Stoppie's kind of difficult there because it's so soft. The front will kind of jiggle. Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
There you go, there you go, there you go.
Holy shit. And he didn't knock over the water bottle.